Good afternoon, this is James Lee teaching starting seeds and storing seeds from Square Foot Gardening by Bartholemew. Here's my lovely student and wife, Rachel Lee. Say hi, Rachel. And over here, she's not really learning but playing, is Naomi Jean, and she will be learning to garden at some point in her life. And here we have our seeds, which are in the jar, which was stored in the refrigerator since this time approximately last season last year. And inside the jar we have our seeds, which were stored with a packet of powder to absorb any moisture that may have been in the jar while it was inside the refrigerator, or any condensation that may have built up while it was in there. The all-new Square Foot Gardening book recommends that you use a silica packet or a powdered milk, a dry powdered milk mixture inside of a bag of some sort. In this particular instance, I used tissue with baking soda. So it worked just as well because the seeds held up. They were dry when we opened them, and they've been sitting out for quite some time. We've actually had the opportunity to prepare things ahead of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to start some seeds in some vermiculite. So what we want to do is open the jar, and after we open the jar, we take the seeds out of the jar. And while we do that, we're going to get our vermiculite ready, which we also brought in from the garden, which is also pretty dry. I mixed in a little bit of stuff from earlier that had planted some other seedlings. So we're going to take the vermiculite, and we're going to fill these cups, these 2 cups here, which we cut off the bottom of some solo cups, and prepared the holes in here by taking a knife and using the knife to cut some slits into the base of the cup. And into the base of the cup you see these several slits. You can use holes, you can use slits, you can use whichever it is that'll get the job done. But that way you can allow the vermiculite, which Rachel is putting into the cup now, to absorb the moisture from down below. So once we have the cups filled, we'll give them a little bit of a shake. Rachel's doing a lovely job. And Naomi's not paying very much attention.
Is that good?
That's good. That's just right. So you shake it down a little bit. That way you can get a nice even foundation there. And we're going to go ahead and take the saucers that we've set out over here, and we're going to place each cup onto one of the saucers. So today we're going to plant in one of these Brussels sprouts, and in the other bell peppers. So we're going to go ahead and open up one of the packets. And then we're going to take out a few of the seeds. What do you have there? Bell pepper?
Yeah.
So you take about, that's good. That's enough to take out.
Okay.
And then we're going to take them, and all we need is a pinch when we're planting them in the vermiculite, just like in the Square Foot Garden. So plant 1 to 2 seeds inside of this cup. Nope, no need to make any holes like in the Square Foot. So just take 1 or 2 seeds, spread them around inside the cup. We're going to try for 3 plants inside this cup. Take them and spread them out. That way, when your seedlings sprout, you'll be able to pull the seedlings out and transplant them, which will make it easier for them instead of untangling the roots. However, we're going to show you how to untangle the roots anyways. Now, as you see, she spread the seeds around. They're kind of hard to see because they're about the same color of the vermiculite. Now that we're done with those seeds, we'll go ahead and put the seeds back in the packet, and we could store them back in the jar, or we could store them wherever we're going to put them in case we decide to use them again later on throughout the season. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the Brussels sprout seeds. We're going to spread about two or three seeds inside of the vermiculite. And notice that the vermiculite is only half full because we're going to eventually cover these seeds back up with some more vermiculite.
Okay. I put 3 in there.
So now that Rachel's put 3 seeds of the 3 seeds into the vermiculite, we can go ahead and place those seeds back into their packet, place them back into storage. And voila, we're done with that. Now here's the part that we want to do with the vermiculite, is having moistened it already, which we should have done previously. We're going to take a little bit of water. We're going to pour the water into the saucer. Now again, I would remind you that you should have filled the water up previous, that way the vermiculite was pre-moistened, but as you notice, you'll see the water is going back into the cup.
Oh wow,
it's
that's
picking
cool.
it up. Not really a fatal flaw, but it's usually easier to have it pre-moistened either way. And now that that's pre-moistened, Rachel, go ahead and put some water into the other saucer, into our bell peppers. And as you see, the water, yep, that's good. The water's sucking right up into the cup. Vermiculite works like a sponge. Pretty neat, huh?
That is cool.
So now what we're going to do, now that we have the cups full halfway, no more water, we'll go ahead and grab the vermiculite and we're going to cover the tops with some vermiculite.
Just sprinkle it on?
Yep.
Okay.
Just cover it. Go ahead and dump it in there. That's good.
Oh, okay.
It'll move around pretty easy. Now when there's enough water inside there, or if there's too much or not enough, the vermiculite's going to absorb any extra water that you put in. I'd put another spoonful on each one of those, fill them up pretty good. And now your seedlings are going to sprout up right through the insides of this vermiculite like it's nobody's business. And once they do, and they pop the top of that soil, or that vermiculite, then we're going to have to consider the next step. So there you have it. You have bell peppers and you have Brussels sprouts planted in the vermiculite so that we can start our seedlings after having stored our seeds for almost a full winter here. So we'll check the vermiculite, make sure it's moist. This one feels good right here. We might add a little more water to this one here, and we'll be done.
Okay.
And there you have it. Rachel, how was that?
It was pretty easy.
Pretty easy, pretty cool. Easy gardening, square foot method.